Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
Today we're going to talk about hotels in Dublin. You said the prices now are far too high for the average Irish person.
Correct. It's the same thing that happened before the decline in the economy in 2008. Prior to that, when I was involved in business and travelling the country, and I would have liked to stay in an odd hotel, but they were too expensive, so I frequented bed and breakfast mostly. And subsequent to the fall, hotels were little or nothing. Myself and my wife stayed in Dublin and in grade 4-star hotels, for example the Tara Towers and other ones. And for the equivalent 4 nights, with excluding breakfast because we were able to care for ourselves, for €120, that is €30 a night for the two of us. In other words, not 30 nights, 30 euros, that's €15 each. This in Tara Towers, that same hotel now is about 250 per person sharing. So if you're single, it's a terrible price. This has been highlighted for me recently. I've been attending meetings in Dublin that went on late, we'd say until 10 o'clock and that, and it would suit me to stay in the hotel so as I wouldn't have to do any travelling. But there's a meeting I'm attending to next Wednesday in the Davenport Hotel. The Mary Kenny, a famous journalist, speaking at the Iona Institute, and I have been attending that meeting, and I inquired about staying in the hotel, but it's prohibitive. It's in the order of 250 or more for room only, and then you're supposed to have a first class breakfast or something. The breakfast is fairly ordinary, it's just rashers and whatever you call it. It gives the impression that you'll be getting something that's unheard of as regards breakfast. Well, I couldn't have breakfast, but I'm certainly not going to fork out 200 and odd euro, and I say 200, damn near 300 for bed and breakfast. And it's the same within the locality. There's the only place that appears to be within reason that when I looked it up on booking.com, which I normally use, was something about some place in Dorset Street, a kind of a restaurant with accommodation, en suite, for I think it was 80 euros a night. Now that wouldn't suit me to be travelling from Merrion Square over to Dorset Street, because it's perceived even in the internet that I looked at that it's not the most desirable street to be frequented.
I can tell you that it never was the most desirable street.
No,
Dorset Street looks like a slum.
It does, and I go through it on the bus at times when I use the bus, and really it's a very depressing looking area.
It is,
and very run down in my view, and not anything like what it was years ago. It had a more vibrant look, but now it's just it's not fit for purpose, and you don't know who you're going to bump into in that street. Certainly at night time it wouldn't be a street to be knocking about as far as I'm concerned. So it means now that I'm going to have to make other alternative arrangements on that particular night, because this meeting starts at half 7, and obviously it won't start on time. It'll probably go on to about 10 at least, and normally I like to have a chat and one thing and another with people that's attending these things and exchange their views, and probably tell them something about what we're at ourselves in the Christian and Job Sanction Party. Well, I'm afraid I won't be doing too much socialising if I have to catch a bus, and so as I'm not out all night like one of these night ramblers or whatever you call them.
A rock and roller.
No.
John Malone, the rock and roller, the Mick Jagger of Ireland.
Well, yes, that might have been in the past, and I think I got a little exhibition earlier on as to how to take keep time with ABBA, that famous group that sang there and gave us all such great enjoyment.
They did,
years
yeah,
ago.
fantastic.
And still do.
Fantastic group, yeah.
But suffice to say that if you're planning on visiting Dublin and would like to lay your head on a pillow, perhaps in a room with a view, perhaps you can look out at another building opposite, because that's the only kind of views you will see in the city. You won't see anything by way of cows grazing or nice sort of scenery. But they're gone out of all recognition, and I think in some other cities besides Dublin they're gone a bit pear-shaped. In other words, they're too dear. I don't know who's staying in them, but John Malone will not be staying in them. There are some hotels that are still good value, but not in the cities, in other areas, and certainly I've stayed in them.
Well, I would have thought, John, but with all the Airbnb that's going on, right, there would have been stiff competitions for the hotels, right, and that therefore it would actually reduce the amount of the price of the room in the hotel, but that's not the case.
You would think so, but you see, the Airbnb can be very expensive as well, and it might be all right if there's 4 people, because they often have maybe a bit more space, but if a person is on their own, they're not cost effective. So there appears to be no cost-effective places except hostels. Well, I can't see John Malone, although he is in his
prime
childhood in that case,
and
fit and all the rest of it. I just don't fancy sharing perhaps in some kind of accommodation with perhaps, I don't know how many, and mostly young people. There won't be too many of my generation frequenting these hostels.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that's out, and they are fairly central. And it would be very useful if they just didn't have that word hostel. And the funny thing is, when you're in abroad, that word often appears, but it's a hotel. The word hostel appears, so you're betwixt and between wondering what it is and hoping it's not one of these ones where ones are coming with backpacks after walking perhaps 40 or 50 miles to lay their head down.
Well, the other thing as well is, if the young ladies inside the hostels, if they met you, they might see your Mick Jagger potential.
Especially if I broke into song, which I'm able to do at the drop of a hat. One of my favourite songs, of course, is the Dublin Song, but they might know that. But if I could pick up a few foreign, suppose there's something in Latin, would they understand that, I wonder?
I don't know.
No, I'd have to sing in the vernacular in their own language if I knew. Say in France, maybe sing in France, like we were taught in school, Frere and Jacka. No, nothing to do with jackasses, but Frere Jackwitz, I think it was the name of the person. And then there was another one that I was very fond of, and I hope to yodel it sometime, which is La Mer.
Oh, you mentioned this before.
Oh, beautiful song.
You'll have to sing that the next time.
I will, and I hope we have some music to accompany, because John Malone is very fond of a little accompaniment if it's possible. La Mer.
Well, why don't you, we'll do the video maybe the next time, okay? Well, why don't you give us a few little notes? Can you give us a few little notes now?
La Mer, la la dee, la 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 dee. Now it goes like that.
Wow, very nice.
Slow and sure. Now we will do that the next time we're doing our YouTube and Facebook.
Well, what I'll do is I'll try and organise an accompaniment, maybe a guitar or something. So
correct,
you
and
can sing.
Even one of the famous ones that sung it, because it was one of the most famous songs, in my opinion. That it's one of my favourite in the world, and La Mer, and I love it. I play it regularly. You can get it on the internet. It's a lovely, and it was sung by a French one, going back maybe 80 years.
And how do you spell La Mer?
L-A, is it L-A or L-E? I think it's L-A, M-E-R, La Mer, La Mer.
L-A-M-E-R, so all one word.
Maybe M-E-R-E, but no, that's mother. M-E-R, which is the sea. It's the French for the sea.
Okay.
So it's a beautiful tone to it. So I will give a rendition of that and I don't expect any, what's the word,
Standing ovations or
standing
encores? Encores.
golden handshakes and sort of contracts forthcoming, that type of thing. I'm not looking for that because I'm too busy, and I don't think any contract, no matter what kind of money was offered, would tempt me.
Very good. Thank you, John. Okay. Bye bye.